Most. What am I doing again? I don't even remember. Alright. We've got a job to do. And that's going to Fort Job. Did I? It is. It is a thing. No. Oh. I should probably do some other things. It's raining. I think. Yes. Okay. Let's go. Here amidst these ruins we will find the Church of the First Light, and within that hallowed hall the tablet we seek. Time is of the essence, my friend. Let us be quick. Give me a hat. Right. We're gonna do something real quick. Because I want this to look for this. I've not been doing anything. I haven't gone to check on my squad. Oops. They're probably still doing push-ups. Sorry, guys. Imagine. It's not bad. We'll take it. But we're gonna keep on with this for a little bit. At the height of Lakeland's prosperity, these sites served not as man's final bastion, but as a testament to his ingenuity and architectural prowess. The Church of the First Light was responsible for many such marvels, building majestic chapels in every corner of the realm. Hello! How are you today? Welcome. Welcome aboard. Alas, the flood, with its inexorable tides, would drown nigh every one, and did all but put an end to the religion as a whole. For the creatures which then did rise from the flugent deluge, were seen as agents of divine punishment, sent to devour sin and sinner both. Whence came the name of Sin Eater? The people were lost, seemingly forsaken by their god. Yet, where there is light, there hath ever been shade, and 'twas in the dark they sought solace. The most devout of these worshippers of shadow then did migrate to the Raktika Greatwood, but that is a tale for another time. For now, let us find what remaineth of the chapel here. What's over here? Gemstone trader. I vaguely remember this. No card. Elf tree. That's actually kind of pretty. Too bad I don't have a house. I have an apartment. Meaning... Meaning... I won't have any more episodes, which is unfortunate. Can I fly? I cannot. Alright. Change of plans. Oops. Oops. Okay, so I just have quest thingies to do then. Okay, so that's there. Y'all can wait a hot minute. Because I need to be able to fly. That is important to me. A little hop track. Hop, skip, and a jump. Phew. Good thunk. Can I sneak it? Can I sneak? Hey, I snuck it. I snuck it real good. Award. What's a warg? He's got a big sword though. They're just materialized out of nowhere. And we gotta go up north? Up north, understood. Well, Met Traveler, what brings you to our outpost this day? I've got a missive. A supply order from Tiana at the Hostile Imperative. But why, pray tell, are you delivering this and not one of our own men? They're a little stretched thin at the moment. That's what I would like to know. Mistaken for a new crew, you say? You really should make a point to clarify the situation next time. Not that I don't appreciate your service, of course, but Tiana has a reputation for running roughshod over anyone she can. While I am loath to impose upon you further, if you'll be returning to the Imperative regardless, I was hoping I might trouble you to deliver the supplies Tiana has requested. I'm afraid the recent Sin-Eater attacks have left us rather short-handed. It will take just a short while to prepare the materials for delivery. I invite you to make yourself comfortable while you wait. Not that there's much in the way of entertainment here. It is a military outpost after all. Perhaps you could converse with the soldiers? It'd be sure to raise their spirits, and you might just glean some useful information out of them. Talk to the soldiers. Gennard, my dude. Hail there, friend. Say, have you ever wondered how Radisco's round got its name? Wait, don't answer that. I have a mind to tell you anyway. Radisco was a guardsman in the early days, one of the best and bravest. As the records tell, they say he gave his life holding off a horde of Sin-Eaters, just long enough for a group of refugees to flee to safety. The body of this hero was discovered right here at this tower, and ever since it's been named in his honor. Makes a good man proud to serve, I say. Can I get to you here? Ouch. My knees. Oh there, stranger. We don't get many travelers in these parts. What do you think of the round? She's not one as far as sports go, would you say? She's a little broken. Truth is, what you see today is actually the ruins of a larger structure built over a century ago. We took over what was left and converted it into a lookout tower of sorts to serve us in our struggle against the Sin-Eaters. Seeing as how it stands at a major fork in the high road, the location's rather ideal, you see. You can see threats coming from miles away, send out patrols to deal with them before they get too close. Of course, it gets kind of lonely all the way out here, but what can you do? Lonely, you say? In what way? A new friend? A traveler? Ha! You're an odd one to pick this place for a leisurely excursion. Me? I can think of 100 places I'd rather be. Such as... But since you're kind enough to grace us with your company, why don't I tell you a bit about this place? Brodisca's Round was built on the ruins of an old belfry. In more peaceful days, its clarion call would ring out through Lake Moon to announce the time of day. Since the flood, however, the bell serves a purpose far more grim. To warn the residents of Lakeland of sin-eater attacks. Would that the day return when its ring again brings only joy and not fear. Take you drift up this tower. There you are, my friend. Did my man have anything of interest to say? In any event, I hope your stay here was not overly tiresome. I am pleased to inform you that the materials have been packed up and are ready for delivery. Before that, though, please allow me to compensate you for your service. Huzzah! There you go. So I got one. There's one more that's just right there, and I think that's the guy who got bleeding out that I've just casually left here for weeks on end, you know. The honest and just healer that I am. Ah, no, this is not him. The Amaro stares intently in the general direction of the damsel. Where are you going, dude? The Amaro eyes the wounded soldier with a gaze that could almost be described as concern. This must be the sentry who was separated from his mount. The Amaro eyes you with an expectant gaze. Sensitive is hoping that you will tend to the man's wounds. I got you. Have a salve. Thank you, friend. When the beast knocked me from my mount, I thought it was the end for sure. But however did you know to look? Your mount in question led you to me. You don't say. I owe you an apology, little fellow. And here I thought you ran off in fear of my foe. But it turns out you were looking for help the whole time. Will you forgive me for doubting you? Happy bird dragon thing? And with that, I best head back to the imperative and let everyone know I'm alright. Thank you, my friend. You saved my life today. And off into the sunset they go. Is... So that's that. And that is also that. Okay. So neither of these right now I need to worry about. So we're going off to the imperative. Collect our thing, and then, if I'm correct, I should be able to? No. There's one more. No. Maybe it's just not available yet? Oh, there you are. It's hoping you return so I could properly express my gratitude. You'll be happy to know, as I would, that my man has safely returned to the Imperative. Those Mara can be stubborn brutes at times, but times like this make a man appreciate what loyal companions they truly are. Hello! Hi, welcome. How's it going? I'd say this one's earned himself an extra feed for dinner today. Alright, so we do have one more that's hidden around somewhere. Not available just yet. I know that's a thing, and I've not yet had that explained to me just yet, and I'm kind of afraid to look it up myself. I feel like thank you is an incorrect response to that, but that's what I'm gonna go with for now. Is that a wow of disbelief or a wow of exasperation? What are we wowing here? Into the depths I go. Into the cellar. Elevator. Those are some... Are those cats? Those are dancing cats. This is indeed the church we seek. It's surprisingly intact. I'm doing okay. How are you today? What little is left of the churches I've seen until now has always borne the scars of decades of disuse. Its subterranean construction hath done much to protect the hall from the ravages of time, yet the reason for its remarkable preservation may be deduced from its decoration. We celebrating? The WoW celebrate? Tired from work. That I understand. I vibe that one. Hopefully you rest well in that one as well. And whatever groceries you get are not, subpar, because I've gotten some questionable groceries from delivery things, and it made me sad. As faith in the light did wane, so rose reverence for the dark, and its followers did mourn for places of worship. To be plain, the standards which do adorn these walls belong not to those who built them, but to the worshippers of the dark, the Knights Blessed. Okay, so... Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. a quick story time about the lettuce. We didn't know about this, Flimsy and I. Who's currently in the other room. And we decided that we were going to get ourselves hella Taco Bell. Like, we ate the Taco Bell. And we only heard the day after about what was going on with the lettuce from another friend who's just like, y'all ate the diarrhea lettuce? And we're just like, what do you mean diarrhea lettuce? And they're just like, yeah, no. Guys, leave the lettuce alone. Why is it always the lettuce? If it's not the lettuce, it's the tomatoes, is my understanding. It's always the produce. For whatever reason, it's always the produce. It's never anything else. It can never be the tortillas. It can never be the buns. It's always the fucking lettuce. It's okay. I will suffer through it because I enjoy my vegetables. I am a good little fish. Normally I would say eat your veggies, kitties, but sometimes life says no, and you actually shouldn't eat your vegetables. I know. Oh, there had been a period of time where people were getting sick because of the lettuce from Taco Bell, and probably other places too, to be perfectly honest. And it gave you diarrhea, and I didn't know this until after I had the Taco Bell tacos and other things. So. It was an experience. It was a life choice. I feel the same way. I would much rather eat vegetables over fruits, which really surprises people sometimes. I don't know. I'm just more content to eat the veggies over fruits. Like, don't get me wrong, I do love fruits, but there's just far more vegetables that I'll eat over fruits. Like, I don't like cherries. I don't like watermelon. I don't like red grapes. I'll eat green grapes. I'll eat green grapes like fucking crack. But, I would much prefer to have like carrots or celery or like other crunchy things. I really like peppers. Like, not spicy peppers, but bell peppers. Just slice them up into little strips and just, it's so good. So good. Banana peppers, yeah! Banana peppers are great. I didn't know banana peppers existed until, like, I was in my 20s. Because nobody else in my family believed in banana peppers. But they're a thing, and I love them a lot. Especially on pizza. Even more on subs. Hell yeah. Subs. That's it. That's the way to go. Italian sandwich, banana peppers. No question. No debate. Green peppers are the most common when people think of bell peppers, but honestly, I think red peppers are my favorite. Banana peppers are also called pepperoncinis. They're these little yellow pepper thingies. Of course, you get them for free in any order of Papa John pizzas. But they're really, I don't want to call them sour, but they have a really strong flavor. And it's good. I don't know how to describe it. I'm not a descriptor I'm not a descripting person, but there's like, it's like, I guess it is kind of sour, but it's not like sour candy. Yes, I'm a professional. Absolutely. Hold on. It's being a gremlin and existing in the dark. They're not very popular. They don't come in like the normal veggie section, like the produce section that you'd find in the store. They come in like little jars, like pickles. I think they should be in the same section of the store where the pickles are. Thank you for the follow. But they're good. I like them. I got Flim on the banana pepper train, and now that's one of 2 toppings that he'll eat on his pizza, and that is it. It's never too late. Could always make another order. Just for peppers. Just for banana pepper. Twas beneath the shaded boughs of the Raktika Greatwood that they finally found sanctuary. Oft many times did Yolmor make spurious overtures of friendship unto them, but they were no fools. The exarch knoweth full well that Ishtola in her seclusion doth labour to learn all she may of the blessed in their past. 'Tis why he sent us here, I now see. The tablet of which he spoke no doubt provideth a glimpse into the history that she so yearneth to comprehend. Then we better hurry up and find it. Split up and search for clues. What does this destination hold? Oh no. So that ass. Anyway. Blue flame, alright. I see you. You have located the time-worn tablet. I am a bad fan. I've never actually watched FanFest. But I want to? I think I'm just never available when it's streaming. Ayo, right there. Within the altar, thou sayest. Eesh. Yeah, no 3 a.m. please. That's when I have to wake up to go to work. Naught escapeth thine eye, 'twould seem. This is indeed the tablet we seek. Curious, these gravings predate the Knights Blessed. If I am not mistaken, they are written a script of the ancient empire of Ronka, whose capital once stood in the midst of what is now Raktika. Yeah. R.I.P. us who have to wake up at the ass crack of dawn. 'Twill be no small matter to decipher. A fine gift for our seeker of truth. 'Tis plain the exarch understandeth Shola only too well. But come, let us quit this place and make ready for our journey into the woods. We get to go to the woods. I got pants. Ere we depart, there is a custom of the Knights Blessed, which I feel compelled to elucidate. As one might expect, they deem light to be abhorrent, and everything it touches befouled. Thus do they take the utmost pains to protect all they can from its taint. Choice of words, my friend. Including their very names. To speak plain, it is the belief of the blessed that one's own name must never be uttered in the light of the everlasting day. Yet this commandment precludeth not the use of another's. Thus do parents protect their children, and in rare cases masters their disciples. So it is that Ishtola hath taken the name of Master Matoya. Lest we offend them, I bid you speak not her true name in the Blessed's presence. With that in mind, let us speak with the guard who keepeth vigil at the Great Wood's border. Yeah, having to wake up super duper early to go to work is taxing and a chore. However, being able to leave and go home before the day is over and just vibe and actually have time to do things is, where am I going? It's nice. Are you gonna let me go up? You're not gonna let me go up. How dare you? I don't know what I thought that was, but it was not that. I legit thought it was like a person who was like stumbling his way through the trees. Like shot in the leg, just crawling through trees. Where am I going? This way. Do not diverge from the path. Well, now, traveler, what brings you here? We've got business in the forest. Ah, of course. Right this way.
No matter how far he goes, man cannot resist looking back on the path he has walked.
Song is
The
an
untold
absolute
stories and secrets of the past.
No
can be
worries,
more
handle your
alluring
groceries,
than
my
the
friend.
promise of tomorrow. And so he braves the forests of Raktika in search of mystery and wonder.
Do you
of
know
Ronka,
Lucky?
to which all seekers of hidden truths are inevitably drawn.
I will play for you. Lucky.
We have arrived.
He is a saint, and will forever be remembered
Vast
in the
though
annals
these
of
woods
history.
may be, they are, by and large, uninhabitable. Not so the swamps of Sidia, however, whose sparse foliage permitted man a foothold.
Oh, there he is! We hate to love him, we love to hate him.
No lands must remain beyond our grasp. Go forth, conquer, rule!
What are you spouting
Forgive
this
me.
time?
A sudden pang of nostalgia for those halcyon days. Exploring virgin territories, subjugating primitive peoples, all for the glory of Garlemald.
If you've brought your ivory standard, I'll be happy to tell you where to stick it.
Can we not simply take a moment to enjoy the view together? Or would you rather I spied on you from the shadows? Much more of this, and I may very well begin to regret my show of good faith.
If you really want to stay, then help us fight.
No, I think not. I am an observer, nothing more. Even shielded by the shadows of these boughs, I feel the light's presence most keenly. To accompany you is taxing enough. To fight is out of the question.
I will suffer your company if I must, but not your commentary.
It's like, if you really want to be with us, fucking shit, sit in the back and shut up. What the hell is that over there? Is that a pot? Or an acorn? Is that an acorn? I don't know. We're gonna find out. Hold on. Displaying our Asian counterpart meaneth to follow wheresoever we lead. Were it otherwise, he would not suffer the overabundance of light in these woods. Verily, it pervadeth every corner, and so long as the Light Warden remaineth, the Sin Eaters shall be free to prey upon these lands without surcease. If naught is done, 'tis but a matter of time before the blessed come. 2 years past, a swarm of Sin Eaters lay waste unto their larger settlement, killing a great many of the priests in doing so. Though some few did survive, they knew not how to go on. Wayward souls in the want of a guiding hand, for mercy Stola hath provided that which they sorely needed. They have since endeavored to restore their home, and thithereth shall we bend our steps. To Fort Golem. Ah, you are not a pot, or an acorn. Tomato. Hi. Oh my god. Hi. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It doesn't have to be this way. I just wanted to look inside. I'm sorry. All that to say, eat your veggies, kids. Look at me. Man, this place is toasty.
I see little sign of recent activity, nor hath any meaningful progress been made with the reconstruction. Mayhap Y'shtola sought shelter elsewhere. Come, let us quit this place.
Now! Surround them!
Okay. Surrender.
These Sin Eaters, they're not like the others.
No one said anything about Sin
There's a
Eaters.
reason for that. Lower your weapons, please. We mean you no harm.
How is it they can speak?
It's a Sin Eater trick. They mean to kill us all.
Kupo? That would confuse the hell out of them. I know they're here because there's still the fucking mailman. There's the Moogle mail. We're not Sin Eaters.
Perhaps they speak the truth.
Cinema pose.
Oh, for the love of... I had hoped that by accompanying you, we might come to understand one another. But all I have come to understand is that you have a knack for inflaming the natives. You've committed the cardinal sin of boring me. And so, I retire to the shade.
Fairly well.
Good luck.
There! Did you see that one disappear?
I think I preferred La Habrea.
At least he was honest.
Enough. Runard, report.
Master Matoya!
It's her.
We apprehended them as you ordered, but are you certain these are Sin Eaters?
The intense light of the ether I saw was unmistakable. If not Sin Eaters, then what?
'Tis passing queer that Y'shtola should mistake us for the enemy, is it not? Mayhap it hath been too long since last she beheld the radiance of thine ether. Master Matoya, hath time truly made strangers of us?
I forget that she doesn't actually
I recognize you, Urianger, Thancred. And this is Minfilia of the First, of whom you spoke before.
Just so. And knowing as thou must that we come in peace, might I prevail upon thee to have thy comrades lower their arms?
First explain this other presence in your company. The one I know not. There is but one manner of creature in this world whose ether is suffused with such an abundance of light.
Mine apologies, Master Matoya, but thou art mistaken. Before thee standeth our dearest comrade, the truest hero among us. Though she is but recently arrived here in the First, not one but two Light Wardens have already perished by her most puissant hand.
Puissant.
It cannot be.
It's nice to see you too, Master Matoya.
Master Matoya?
Lower your weapons. Forgive us this hostile welcome. Come. I would give you a proper introduction to Raktika and its people.
You have been busy since arriving in the First, I gather, but I would hear the tale of your travails in more suitable surroundings. With Fort Gone yet to be rebuilt, the Knights Blessed have made their home in a settlement to the northeast. I will await you at its entrance. Follow the path through yonder gate and you'll find me soon enough. Yes, Mom. As I ride my graceful gazelle through the only appropriate location thus far. There you are. I was beginning to worry. Much like the Twelves would, this forest has a way of dealing with those who stray too far from the beaten path. But I digress. Let me show you the home, the Knights Blessed. We got aromatherapy candles, we've got a dark space. Almost feels like a panic corner in the middle of a forest. Don't let me forget the crystal.
Slitherbough is the largest of the blessed settlements. They worship no gods, instead revering darkness itself. It is a curious kind of faith, but one which has granted them the strength to persevere in the wake of the flood.
Are they shooting their eyes? Nuts.
I hope you weren't expecting a grand feast by way of welcome. They are simple people. Now, I would hear of your travels away from prying ears. Come. I see. And now you seek the Light Warden of Raktika.
Yes, ma'am.
In the days after I arrived in the First, I too relied upon the Crystal Exarch for guidance. But his penchant for secrecy and the telling of half-truths soon lost him my trust. And thus did I strike out on my own. My work eventually led me here to the forest, which I have come to know like the back of my hand. I cannot say with certainty where your quarry is hiding, but I am confident I can narrow the search.
Well, go on then.
Some few thousand years ago, this forest stood at the heart of the Empire of Ronka. A great many relics of that civilization can still be found to the east in Ixmaya. Or rather, could be found, were the area not fiercely guarded. Ixmaya, you see, is home to a tribe of warriors whose lineage is said to date back to the time of the Empire. Any attempt to enter their territory is met with lethal force. They offer no warnings, and suffer no trespasser to escape.
Mayhap the Warden hideth there, full knowing none may approach it for fear of these protectors.
As for the tablet, I find the timing of its discovery suspiciously convenient. If I did not know better, I would think someone was trying to curry favor with me.
Maybe just a little.
Regardless, it will take time to decipher these writings. Yet I would not be at all surprised if they somehow held the key to entering Ixmaya unmolested. The Exarch has a nose for serendipity.
If there is aught I can do to assist thee in unraveling their secrets, thou needst only ask.
Thank you, Urianger. I may well take you up on that offer. While we set to work, might I suggest you take a tour of the city? Should you be in any doubt as to the importance of your role as the Warrior of Darkness, the people here will surely cure you of it.
Almost as big as their heads.
I must say, Ishtola, while most of us have struggled to come to terms with our altered circumstances, you seem to have adapted rather well.
Lest you forget, Master Matoya and I dedicated our lives to uncovering the truth which hides at the heart of our world. Though separate, the fate of this reflection is nevertheless bound to that of our home. That I would be daunted by such an invaluable opportunity is absurd.
Do not insult me.
But what of you, Thancred? Could it be that you are still struggling to come to terms with the nature of your young companion?
My struggles are none of your concern. Quite why you would speak thus and in this company, I do not know. Perhaps you left more of yourself back in the source than I assumed. If you'll excuse me.
Touched on a sore nerve, she did.
He understands that I'm not the same. That I'm not her.
Understands, perhaps, but does not accept. The question being whether he ever will. And whether you will, more importantly. As difficult as your circumstances may be, they are yours, not his. 'Tis you and you alone who bears ultimate responsibility for your life. But you need not make any hard choices now. Why not go and get some fresh air, clear your head?
Poor baby. Wait. Free pants! Oh, I'll take them. They're even studded. Who doesn't like some studded pants? Yeah. I need shoes. Shoes next. And a bracelet. We'll get there. Mummy? I am not indifferent to Thancred's troubles. Nevertheless, I will not apologize for holding him to a higher standards after all these years. He has ever been a man of considerable resolve, and that is what I will continue to expect. Though it heartens me to know that some of us remain ourselves in spite of our present circumstances. I can but imagine how Alize and Alphino have changed since arriving here first. Change is part of life. We can but hope it's change for the better. You're right. After my untoward remarks to Thancred, no doubt he thinks I changed for the worse. I will have to speak with him later. Returning to the matter at hand, I really must begin working on deciphering this tablet. In the meantime, perhaps you should take a look about Slitherbow. Your red bell pepper arrived. Delicious. I'm so happy for you. I just like eating it as it is. But it's good in pasta and stuff. It's good in a lot of things. I recently discovered how to make like a Southwest chicken salad, and it's super yummy. And I made it several times in a row, and I still want more. It was kind of like when I discovered, was it street corn? Mexican street corn? That was super delicious too. If there's anything you need, pray speak with Runar at the plaza. Baby girl, you're gonna be okay. I'll keep you safe. If he don't want you, I'll take you in. It'll be my little charge. Renoa. Welcome, friend. Welcome. My apologies for our less than hospitable greeting earlier. Tell me, what is your name? From where do you hail? I'm a ghost from another world. From the Crystarium, I see. Then this tablet you've brought me help us find the Light Warden here in Raktika? Excuse me. Well, you are welcome to stay with us for as long as you need. Come, let me show you around. Would it be alright if I joined you? Of course, of course. Anything for the guests of our dear Master Madoya. Thank you. She means a great deal to the Knights Blessed, doesn't she? If not for her, we may have all perished in the Great Fire. With our priest slain and our home in ruins, we were at the mercy of the Sin Eaters. But it was she who drove them back. With her sage guidance, we were able to rebuild. Before long, she became a central figure in our community, a great oak within whose shadow may have come to find solace. That is not to say there were not those hesitant to grant an outsider such authority, myself included. Perhaps it is the smile in her eyes when she speaks of the sunless sea. I feel whole again, now that she is with us, and I have no doubts the others feel the same. She is much of a part of the Knights Blessed as any of us, and we are grateful for all she does in service to the dark. But you did not hear this from me, yes? Now, you should know there are certain customs we ask guests to adhere to so long as they reside within Slitherbound. To show reverence to the dark? In a word, yes. But fear not, it is not too involved. Let us begin with something simple. Follow me. Let me touch the crystal. Crystal. Where is that one? This one. I just saw a bird come out of that door, and I was like, "Oh no, who's invading? Like this some sort of Dark Souls game." Lunar. Should you see any of our people come to this chamber, they have likely returned from a journey beyond the borders of Raktika. We use water stored here to cleanse ourselves of the light's impurity. A simple and perhaps particular custom, but it is one of our most important. Would you two kneel for just a moment, that I might rid you of the light's impurity? I hate myself, and I have to make this more difficult than it needs to be. I could grovel. Would that do it for you? Head to the ground? There it is. As Runar lightly sprays you with water, your skin begins to tingle. Mama's blessing, no! And with that, you have been cleansed of the light's blighted touch. How do you feel? I'm not sure, to be honest. Not refreshed exactly, but I do feel different. Has this water been treated in some way? Only blessed by our priests. They are practiced in the arcane arts. As such, it is said that their prayer imbue the water with a faint, dark energy. A prickling sensation? No one has ever spoken of such a reaction before. I wouldn't say it was an unpleasant sensation, but I too felt something strange. The dark aspect of this water should have no discernible effect, unless... The gods, Master Notoya was right. You are sin eaters. No, I just. What you felt was likely no more than the chill of the water. Perhaps now would be a good time for you to acquaint yourselves with the people of Slitherbow. For that, I must teach you a customary greeting. Alin Tuta. In the language of Ronka, it is one of several ways one might say, good evening. The word is not as safe as it once was, and this greeting let us quickly discern friend from foe. The world is not safe. Is there a handshake or gesture we should not do? I would hate to offend anyone. You need not worry. Merely speak the words Alin Tuta, and they will know you as friend of the blessed. I will await your return here. Now go. They are like to be heartened by your knowledge of our ways. I gotta go tutor some people. Got us a placid elder. Elderly woman smiles warmly. Alright. Granny approves. Bondita? Bon dia. We got some chillin'. Playing hopscotch on nothing? Understood? Oops, shit. A newly come traveler. Alan Chisi, welcome to Slitherbow. You must forgive us if we seem strangely reserved. We are quiet and taciturn people. Silent and serene as a sunless sea, the quiet makes it easy to discern the presence of eaters and other dangers here in the wood. There. Get your notification out of here. I see sorry, and that's the only word in that sentence that I understand. I am so sorry. I'll wait with you. I'm sorry. Be nice to me. Alan Chisi. Welcome, friend. I take it you will remain in these woods for some time, yes? Be wary of these woods. You will find poison in near everything you see. But fear not. Our medicinal tea will keep you healthy. Ask and it is yours. That was a complete 180. From go away. Poison and furries, huh? Furries and scalies. Everyone was so kind and gracious. I was nervous at first, but already I'm starting to feel at home. There is still much I have to learn about the Knights Blessed, but their faith and strength of will is nothing short of inspiring. I can see now how much they've built I can see now how they've built such a thriving community. Ah, you are returned. Very good. No doubt they were glad of your company. It has been too long since we have had visitors. Remember, if you have any questions or there is anything you need, do not hesitate to ask. Speaking of which, we must arrange food and lodgings for you to stay. As friends of Master Matoya, we cannot ask for payment, but if you would be willing to lend a hand, it would be my pleasure. That is what I live for. We are fortunate indeed to play host to such generous souls. The task I have in mind is simple enough. All I ask is that you take a jug of water to the crops in the square. A whole jug. May I help you? Of course. One of you can do the lifting and the other the watering. Speak with Urzabel and when you have finished. She will be relieved to hear the crops have been tended to. While you take care of that, I will see to your room and a warm meal. Alright then, I'll fill you water. Baby girl, are you... This was the only jug I could find which was small enough to lift, but I'm afraid there's a crack at the bottom. You'll need to hurry to the garden before all the water leaks out. I know this minigame. Let's go! You have watered half of the plot. Fetch another jug of water and take care of the rest. Was there enough water for the plot? Only half. I see. Well, let me refill the jug for you. The whole plot has now been thoroughly watered. Hooray! There's a bell. It's a really pretty name. I like that name. You're a pretty lady, too. Well met, travelers. I observed you earlier speaking with the others. Have you something you need? You watered the crops. I was standing right behind you the whole time. I'm sure you noticed. My apologies for not noticing sooner. I have been rather distracted of late. Watering the crops was always Talia's duty, but she is no longer with us. Since we have taken to sharing the duty, though never with guests, you were most kind. Is there anything else we can do to help? We could plant something, if you like. There is no need. The plot is small, it is true, but it provides us with enough to survive. We ask for no more. I don't know how you manage. Had the Blessed not considered leaving, life would surely be easier almost anywhere else. I can understand why you might say that, but the easiest path is not always the right one. Tell me, do you know of our history? How our faith came to be? Yes, I believe so. The Knights Blessed was initially formed by those who lost their homes in the wake of the flood. What began as an occasional gathering of survivors eventually grew into a community, which ultimately decided to strike out on its own in the Raktika Greatwood. I see you have read your history. But there is a history that is told, and one that is lived. Like so many in those times, the first of the Knights Blessed lost everything. Their homes, their loved ones, all they had held dear. To make matters worse, none could say what became of the souls of those lost to the flood when their bodies were reborn as sin eaters. The people were without answers, without hope, their gods having drowned along with everything else. It seemed that nothing was beyond the reach of the light. But soon, they realized that where there is light, there must be darkness. And in that truth, they found new faith, the belief that the souls of the departed could yet find peace beyond these burning skies and the sunless sea above. That is why we pray, for the safe passage of wayward souls unto the blessed black abyss, for the return of the night, that we might someday look upon the kingdom of heaven with our own eyes. We remain in these woods for the selfsame reason our founders first chose them, that we may lead lives of simplicity, with the shade of these trees as a constant reminder of our faith. With so many seeking paradise in Yulmore, it's refreshing to find people who value a humbler existence. You are kind to say so. Many consider our way of life foolish, but so it must seem to those who yet cling to their worldly possessions. In times such as these, when everything can be taken away in an instant, it is all too easy to lose sight of why we fight to go on living. It is not to hold fast the material things, but to hold those who went before us in our hearts, to keep alive the legacy they have left us, for those who come after. This we must do for them, our children, and generations yet unborn. To keep their legacy alive. She's got her thinking face on. Bruno. Not tending to the crops already. Very good. It should not be long before your room is ready. Or not. Uh-oh. He's in trouble now. In the woods, sin eaters. I fear they have the touch. The touch? And the grove to the southwest. For mercy, they've yet to wander any closer to slow their bow. Then we have no need to engage. Inform the guard that no one is to set foot outside the village until they have moved on. But Sir would have Thadia's heartstone. It must be retrieved before the service. All the times for sin eaters to appear. Are you just going to leave them alone? Under normal circumstances, we would not hesitate in striking the beast down. But if they have the touch, I will not risk them corrupting one of our own. What was it you said about a stone? A few days past, Dahlia, the child of the Knights Blessed, was slain by the Sin Eaters. We succeeded in retrieving her body, but in our haste we failed to notice her necklace was gone. Strung to it was a pendant of jade, her heartstone. All of the Knights Blessed are given such a stone at birth. It is the most valuable possession one can own. They do all have one, don't they? It is custom to present the heartstone of the deceased at the funeral, as an offering to the heavens. But now... You thinking what I'm thinking? What if I can find it for you? I have experience fighting Seniors, and the Knight's corruption does not touch me like it does others. Master Matoya called you Menphilia, did she not? Are you truly the Menphilia, descendant of the Oracle? Even so, I dare not ask you to risk your life for the Blessed. I understand how you feel, but I can't stand by knowing that your people are in need and I can help. Please let me do this. Very well. But if the danger proves too great, you must retreat. I could never forgive myself if we were forced to hold a second service. I nearly forgot about Thancred. What if he returns before I do? Daddy doesn't need to know. Oh, don't worry, I'll come with you. Thank you. With you at my side, I'm certain we can deal with them in no time at all. Go swiftly. May the shadows keep you both. Beautiful music. A+. Love it. Line. Ah, beautiful. Yes. Top tier. There, the Sin Eaters. Ah, you again? More of you? What sort of Valkyrie bullshit is this? I was hoping there would only be one. There's no way we can search for the stone without dealing with them first. It's time to kick ass. Let's get to it then. No fear, no hesitation. But shouldn't we make a plan first? Though there are only two. I'll draw one of them away. You can deal with the other. Alright. I thought that move was called Pillowy for a moment, and I was like, what are you gonna do? Smother me? Not this time. It is Beetle Central over here. I need to start getting like collecting birds. Sumiko. Ah, there you are. It's done. Though I fear I was a bit careless. We'll do better next time, I promise. Hey yo, we need like a spot of healing? You good? I'm fine. You needn't worry about me. More importantly, we have to find that heartstone. They said it was made of jade, right? I'll search over there in the bush. Which bush? There are many bush. Huh? Iowa leaves? Watch me get it first try. You brush away the leaves and uncover a brilliant green gem. Hail you! Can I just squeeze through? Yes? Awesome. Hey, don't mind the gobble. Did you have any luck? I got it. It's beautiful. This has to be it. You know, Thancred always said you were a woman of many talents, and I think I'm beginning to understand what he meant. I have much to learn if I'm to be even half the hero you are. The hero she was. I'm sorry. Forget I said anything. We should hurry back to Silverbow. Runar and the others are probably worried. Squished. Haha. Uh-oh, she's getting scolded. Poor baby. Thank goodness you are safe. I had begun to fear the worst. Got you. By all that is dark, you found it. We can proceed with our service as planned. These blessed gems serve not only to protect us in life, but to guide our spirits unto the sunless sea in the hereafter. Even should we be found by the Sun Eaters, so long as these gems are recovered, our souls are in sure peace in the dark. Where's my boots? Words fail to express my gratitude for this kindness you have done for the Blessed. I must insist that you and your friends attend Talia's service as honored guests. There is still much we must do to prepare, but please go and inform the others that it will be held in the darker. When you arrive, there should be an attendant present to explain the proceedings. Sumiko and I learned so much about the Knights Blessed while you were away, and I helped them recover a lost heirloom out in the wood. I know I wasn't supposed to leave, but they really needed our help. There were Sun Eaters, and as long as she accompanied you... Well, that. But do try to be more careful. Your injuries could have been a lot worse. How did you... Let's just say a little bird told me, and it's telling me now that Sumiko has business with us. Is something the matter? They have asked us to attend the service? Of course we'll go. It's being held in the darkers. We'll take care not to be late, I promise. The elderly woman hands you a candle. She then points over at a nearby corner where you must place it. Understood. Oop, I'm facing the wrong direction to wait.
It seemed only right that we show our faces. May we join you?
I thought it was the man's for a moment. I was like, what the hell are you doing here?
Let us begin. I thank you all for coming to pay respects to our fallen daughter of the night. In the light, she was known as Todia, but in the dark, we shall remember her always as Menine. Let us each take a moment to offer her our prayers. We entrust her now to the night's sweet embrace. In darkness will she be free from pain and suffering, now and forevermore. May her soul find peace in the sunless sea of heaven, and in the love we bear for her in our hearts.
That vessel represents the night sky, the sunless sea of heaven.
Call upon you now, O bringer of shadow, to lead this gentle soul unto the sea. We call upon you, O warrior of darkness, to deliver her unto paradise everlasting.
I do a lot, but I am not a soul guider. That is not upon my repertoire. Wasn't on the resume.
I am told you assisted in the preparations for the service. On behalf of the Blessed, you have my sincerest thanks. The enduring legend of the Warrior of Darkness owes much to the traditions of these people. And none were more ardent in their faith than Todia. She would have been greatly moved by your presence.
her.
You might not deliver her to the heavens, but if you could deliver the night sky to her people, the real night sky, it would be the next best thing. Their prayers would finally be answered. They could gaze up at the firmament and see their ancestors in every twinkle of the stars. We cannot allow their hopes and dreams to drown in the light. We have to bring back the dark. If we don't, who will? Forgive me, thinking of all those we have lost.
No, it's all right. We will bring back the dark.
Mayhaps sooner than later, in fact.
Good news.
Urianger and I have finished deciphering the tablet, and its contents were most illuminating. Let us reconvene in my chambers. We have much to discuss.
Still jogging. Good, you're here. Thanks to the XIV's gift, our next course of action is now clear. I have my fingers to twist. Teehee. Just leave the whole ass arm bare. It's actually not a bad look. Let me begin by first explaining the origins of this tablet. I initially believed it might detail the history of the Church of the First. Much to my surprise, it dates back to the end of the Ronkin Empire, and was likely written under the direction of the reigning ruler. It was a time of strife and unceasing war with neighboring nations. With each passing day, they yielded more and more territory to their enemies. In their desperation, petitions for aid were sent out to their allies. This was one such petition. And you think this ancient petition will somehow help us get into... was it Ixmaja? Ixmayan. Indeed we do. For etched into this tablet is a method by which one may prove himself an ally of the Ronkin Empire. Provided we are able to decipher said instructions, we must entreat the ruins' protectors to grant us safe passage. The problem, however, is that I presently lack the resources to decipher them in their entirety. We have but one recourse. There exists a stone monument inscribed in ancient Ronkin text and translations into a more modern dialect which come into use after the fall of the Empire. I am confident it will suit our purposes. Where can this monument be found? Here in Sitya, quite close to Slitherbow, in fact. The good news ends there, however, for it is in the possession of a rather radical faction of dark worshippers, the Children of the Everlasting Dark. If I am to study the monument, I must infiltrate their encampment. I have no intention of taking longer than absolutely necessary, but I will nevertheless require time to transcribe the text I need. To ensure that I will have enough, I'm afraid I must ask you and Thancred to assist me. I say no more. And before you even ask, the answer is no. For it to remain unseen, our group must be as small as possible. Alright, I'll stay here until you return. We won't be long. If anything should happen, you keep her safe. Then let us reconvene outside. To the west of Sotherbow, there will be a path where the path diverges. Orianji, he's always the babysitter man. But I think he kind of enjoys it. Because he used to be the one who'd watch over Alphino and Alize. And I think Menphilia too when she was younger. Yeah, he's been designated Unk. We are like a dysfunctional little family, aren't we? We have Papa Thancred, Mommy Ishtola, we've got Unc Uriange, and Baby. This is little sis. Alize and Alphino are the older siblings. No, they're the middle children. I'm the eldest. Everyone has to take care of me. What? Are you calling me the hag? That's kind of fair, actually. The encampment we seek is to the north, but it would be foolish to simply rush in. The guard has been posted at Cleric to keep watch over the children. Perhaps he is off to share of their recent activity? But we must tread carefully. There's a chance we may encounter them along the way. Stay close and stay alert. I would avoid a confrontation if possible. They rejoice in dealing death to others, claiming that in doing so they cleanse their victims of sin and usher them unto the sunless sea. I would not sully my hands defending myself against such madmen. Ending their lives is beneath me. A gin. We got genies now. Just floating green something or others. Excuse me. I dodge your hair. Yes, please. Alright. Who messed with my charge? Why are you cowering in fear, my dude? Protect yourself. You slowed me. The last thing you ever do. Alright. You're safe now. They're there. By the blessed dark. You had a bow. You could have used it. Thank goodness you are unharmed. We would have arrived sooner, but we too had a rather unwelcome visit from the children. You're an acquaintance of Master Montoya, then. My apologies. The children have been acting strange of late, so I thought to take a closer look. I was too careless. I was careless. Strange. What have you seen? At first, there seemed to be nothing out of the ordinary. The usual gathering of ingredients for poisons from flora and fauna. But then I took notice of their venomous spiders. They've been breeding them in such great numbers. It's as if they're preparing for something. Any ideas as to what? It could be anything, really. If it meant the end of the Blessed, nothing would be too cruel or violent for them. But perhaps we can use their present preoccupation of spiders to our advantage. If we were to introduce a threat to the nest where they keep them, the children would be compelled to save them. Bees, for example, are the natural predator of spiders. Since when are bees a predator to spiders? What? If that were the case, I would keep a hive in my fucking house. Set them loose on their nests, and we would have our opportunity to sneak into their encampment. What a mischievous plan. I like it. With a bit of smoke, we should be able to subdue a few colonies long enough to secure their hives. Have you anything we might be able to use? We should have smoke bombs at the outpost just over there. Then it's settled. Grab a few smoke bombs from the outpost and search for beehives. I imagine the bees won't take too kindly to our visit, to your visit, because of course it's me. Of course I have to handle the bees. But once they're knocked out, take the beehives and bring them back here. Two will suffice, I should think. And first you mentioned spiders, and now I gotta deal with bees. That is not a flamingo. I refuse. Hold up. I need you. I need one more. No. Yeah, there's one right there. We'll be fine. They always look like they have like a bad hair. Oh my. I don't think so. Now go down. I gotta save the bees. Into a large burlap sack. I've gotten this horse a suspicious amount of times today. I usually end up getting Shivas. Is the one I tend to get. Cool. One more for good measure. I have 2 bags of bees. Two bag of bees. The guards returned to Slitherbow, but not before offering his thanks. As for the beehives, Thancred and I were successful in acquiring what we need. How did you fare? Take. This is more than enough. The children are certain to be displeased. Let us hurry before the bees begin to stir. Ah yes, we would want a prickly bag. The children's settlement is to the west, a place they call Woven Oath. According to the guard, there is an airway apart from the entrance which leads to the spider's nests. If the fates are kind, they will be clear. A clear airway, huh? Not here. Poor Might. Just such a bad name. Up there is the airway. Do you see it? Is it the hole in the wall? A bit far, perhaps, but we should be able to toss the bag through. Though we should probably loosen the ropes, keeping it closed, enough that it falls open when it lands inside. May I do the honors? He wants to eat a bag of bees. That should do it. Now we wait. What is that? Bees! They're everywhere! We have to get the spiders! Sounds like our plan is working. Still, it is quite likely not all were drawn away from their posts. I'm afraid I don't know what that means. I'm sorry. I only do the English. As much as I've tried to learn other languages, it just doesn't stick. My brain doesn't work with other languages. If you should come to blows with the children, I'll see to it that any signs of struggle are concealed. Failing that, I'll create a distraction to buy Y'shtola more time. Should anyone get past me, it falls to you to guard her. You got it. Your concern is appreciated, but I sincerely doubt it will come to that. Why do I get the feeling you enjoy the idea of my loafing about bored in the shadows? Come now, Thancred. The shadows are a fitting place for a warrior of darkness. Now, if you both are ready... Up. Was up incorrect? I don't think so. And then let's retreat. Is up correct? I don't know. We're going for it. Goodbye. You see nothing. You see absolutely goddamn nothing. The peacock mount is pretty. Let me hide in this corner real quick among these pretty flowers. Sha. It's so pretty. I love my bird. The womb. We are going to the womb. Are you gonna let me pass in peace? Hell yeah. Oh, you also have a thing. The font of seeing suggests this is a chamber for prayer. At the very least, they would not place this near potential distractions from their worship. Perhaps the monument is further in. I somehow managed to sneak past every single one of them. I'm not quite a level at a point where they should ignore me, but I'll take it. Yes, this is it. What else is this? Oh, is that them? The warriors of the warriors of light? I think so. It is, yeah. I will be but a moment. Keep watch of the entryway. On second thought, would you mind examining the murals on these walls while I look over this? At a glance, I can tell they are old, predating the founding of the Blessed and the Children, in fact. We are not like to come here a second time. It would behoove us to learn all that we can. Walls. Okay, so those are the Warriors of Darkness. That's the Ronkin Empire. How's this one? Who be caveman over here? Examine the murals and take notes of what they may depict. A la camera style. Faded mural. The mural appears to be fairly old. A knight shields himself and their comrades with an encroaching darkness. From an encroaching darkness. The central figure is considerably faded. You know who that be? The mural appears to be very old. The ruler sits atop a throne attended by their subjects. Primitive mural. The mural appears to be ancient. A warrior in the middle stands triumphant over what appears to be a creature of shadow. Other figures surround the warrior, rejoicing in their victory.
These paintings, they seem familiar. Depictions of heroes throughout history. The Age of Gods, the Empire of Ronka, and this. There was a man, a researcher who pored over these pieces. He offered us work when we needed it. Slaying beasts, delivering provisions. A funny old bugger he was. But he had a good heart. He believed this first painting dated back to a time of myth and legends. A tribute to the heroes of a long-forgotten era. The story went that it was rediscovered by an explorer from Ronka, who was so struck by its majesty that a second painting was commissioned, commemorating the heroes of their day. One day you will all be here too, he said. Heroes immortalized forever. Maybe I'll paint you myself? I had a good laugh at that. We were only trying to make our way after all. Being heroes couldn't have been further from our minds.
I was thinking the same thing. I was like, bruh, they do things to your eyes that are not doing you any favors.
But it seems he actually went and did it. Before or after the flood, I wonder. Rather faded, isn't it, compared to the others? Or did someone try to scrape it off the wall? Well, maybe the man himself once he came to his senses. Do you suppose your deeds will warrant an addition to this collection? Or some other kind of monument?
There you are. I have everything I need. Let us quit this place. Is something the matter? We should go. The others are waiting.
Just collecting my thoughts. I hate the name of this mission. I just saw that. A beautiful plan. I hate it. I hate it. I believe I now have everything I need to finish deciphering the tablet. Tell me, Timiko, did the murals appear to be of any significance? Yeah? Depictions of heroes from the Age of Gods, the Ronkan Empire, and immediately before the Flood. Very astute observations. Perhaps in another lifetime you could be a curator of antiquities. Though it has no bearing on the task at hand, perhaps that knowledge may prove to be of use in the future. Yes, let's go back. Let us hurry to Slitherbad. The others are waiting. After we return, the two of you should rest a while. No doubt Lunar will be eager to have you sample his cooking. As soon as I discover anything of import, you will be the first to know. Will we though? The guard told me you left with Master Matoya to wove an oath. No sooner do you return than she locks herself away in her chambers without so much as a word. She knows how I worry when she leaves without telling me. But she is safe, and that is all that matters. You must be hungry after such a journey. Why not have a seat there by the fire? Stew will soon be ready. Fire, aha. I refuse to sit, but you know, I'll sit here and wait. Couldn't sit on the perfectly good log. I had to sit on the ground. Don't mind my panty shot.
Strange. The others on patrol should have returned by now. Our food will be overcooked if we wait any longer. We will just have to start without them. Would you call Master Matoya and the others?
tire of these games, Urianger. Why do you pretend you cannot see it?
Uh-oh.
The blessing may spare her the fate of becoming a Light Warden. But you cannot be blind to the nascent corruption. She is not as she was in the Source. Though I have no proof, I fear that the light which poured forth from the Wardens was not negated at all. I fear it was absorbed, that she has been suffused with their light.
Though I have given thought to this possibility, I dare not speak until more is known.
By the time you deign to enlighten us, it may be too late, if it is not already. Urianger, I know full well, after all these years, that you have only the best of intentions. But that does not make it any easier to put my faith in a man so infatuated with secrecy. I have had my suspicions ever since the Exarch bade you speak that day. But now I must ask. The 8th Umbral Calamity and all that followed. Everything you claim to have seen. Did you?
Help! Someone help! The Umorans have come for us! We're under attack!
Never safe from the Ilmorans.
Lord Forthry, how good it is to see you. How long has it been? Not since your inauguration, unless I'm mistaken. Too long, at any rate. May I say how humbled I am to be invited not only into your city, but your home. You are as generous as ever.
And you as disingenuous. Let us dispense with the pleasantries. This merry band of dissidents people are calling Warriors of Darkness. They have slain Sin-Eaters, and by all accounts the Crystarium is complicit in their villainy.
Soothe the kitten.
And now I hear reports of your people obstructing my soldiers. So I must ask, what exactly do you think you are doing?
I might ask you the same thing. It should be clear, even to you, that defeating the Light Wardens represents the world's only hope of survival. Even now, the people of Lakeland and Ilmeg rejoice in the return of night. For 100 years, they yearned for a means to fight back against the Sin-Eaters, and at last they have found one. Yet you choose to stand idly by and do nothing. Why?
Why? Because this hope you cling to is nothing more than a fever dream. An exercise in futility. Even should you slay the Sin-Eaters, the world as we know it is beyond salvation. With what little land and resources remain, the people would be free only to starve. Before long, they would turn to violence, then to war, and ultimately usher themselves unto oblivion.
He does, doesn't he? Really makes you want to punch him in the face.
They require a firm hand to shepherd them from the edge. The hand of a king, Nay, a god. I will see their dreams fulfilled, their wishes granted. I will give them peace, order, and they shall never want for bliss. Men are fickle creatures who entertain vague ideals without the faintest notion what they cost. But a little fear can go a long way towards helping them realize what it is they truly need. Sanctuary. And they shall find none in this world save that which I afford them. That is why the Sin-Eaters exist. To unite the world under my dominion.
Bro lost me.
A paradise fit to grace the 8th Umbral era.
What was that?
A minor epiphany, nothing more. You have always held sway over those around you. Those who defy you must submit or die. What sits before me is the inevitable result of bloated privilege and unchecked power. But man is more resilient than you think. His achievements are not the product of violence and bloodshed, but compassion and understanding. This calamity is but another crisis to be overcome. And we will, once we eliminate the Sin-Eaters.
You poor deluded fool. These people care not for the morrow. They care only for the now, and the contentment they lack. What good is a paradise to them if it is 1,000 years in the making? Or even...
You underestimate them, Lord Thorthry. They see further than you think. I have beheld it in the blood and sweat and tears of those who would sacrifice everything for a future they may never know. That their children may never know. I have beheld it in the hopes and dreams of those who came before, which we bequeath to those who come after, that they might in turn build upon the foundations laid by our forebears. These are the bonds which hold man and his world together, not your gilded chains, and I will resist your every effort to shackle him.
In summary, you will continue to support the villains hunting my Sin-Eaters?
With tremendous enthusiasm, for I have faith in the future they would build.
Why do I even bother? Fools, the lot of you! So naive! So painfully predictable! Did you imagine I did not know your mind? That I would wait until after this meeting to dispatch my forces? Even as we speak, they march to the Sin-Eaters' defense. Insurrection will not be tolerated! The people of this world are mine to rule, mine to command.
It's a swift
And
kick in the
you are
ass.
no exception! What? How did he? Insolent swine! I will not stand for this! Do you hear me?
He thought he was so clever. He thought he was 3 steps ahead, but really, he was being played a fool.
You speak for the Knights Blessed?
I I do. I presume that is your doing. If you have come to parley, I must insist that you first return him to us.
You're in no position to make demands. By Lord Vorthry's decree, Raktika now falls under the governance of Yulmore. You will henceforth answer to us.
Is that so? And the children of the Everlasting Dark have acquiesced to this madness?
We have reached an accord, yes. Too many times have the Knights Blessed shunned Yulmore's overtures of friendship. The risk that you harbor hostile intentions has grown too great to ignore. Therefore, his lordship has claimed dominion over this forest and bestowed executive authority upon the children of the Everlasting Dark.
In his wisdom, Lord Vorthry has agreed to recognize ours as the only permissible expression of dark worship. It's one true faith. You and your false creed are a blight on these woods. A foul, unholy corruption that must be cleansed. Little wonder the Warrior of Darkness visits both Lakeland and Ilmeg, yet shuns Raktika. Your perverted teachings hold blessed Shadow at bay.
You have accepted the yoke of Yulmore to spite us, then? Fools. Darkness will never return to these skies while they hold sway.
Those of you minded to obey his lordship are to make for Woven Oath with all haste. We will leave you, but you may have time to prepare.
Woven Oath? Are you suggesting we abandon our fate to join those zealots?
What has your faith afforded you thus far? Nothing! We will guide you along the righteous path.
And should we refuse?
Anyone found here upon our return will be considered a traitor to Yulmore, and dealt with as such.
We will discuss these developments after I have tended to our casualty.
So how do we go? Well, if I'm to be real, all of the voice actors in this game are like A+. I approve. They're phenomenal. The god hath been afflicted with the most terrible and affectitious poison. Infectious. We have attempted all manner of healing incantations, unless his condition remains unchanged. At present, we can but slow the poison's advance. I pray it will afford us sufficient time to find a cure. All around. Just golf clubs. Ah, there's the young guard. Poison spread throughout his system long before he was brought here. At present, there is naught we can do but try to ease his pain. Do not blame yourselves, my friends. All that can be done has been done. Even had we reached him sooner, it would have made little difference. The children employ countless poisons. Finding a suitable antidote is a nigh impossible task. What of the rest of the Blessed? How have they taken the news of Yulmore's generous proposition? With anger and dismay. We cannot hope to oppose both them and the children. I considered a convocation of all the Knights Blessed, that we might consider their ultimatum, but I know how they will answer. Master Matoya, I am truly sorry. We will not abandon our faith. But there is no reason for you to suffer for our decision. Your work is not yet done, and you still have time to flee. Flee? I am not wont to run from my troubles. In fact, with Timka's arrival, I am minded to take the offensive. The Yulmoran's presence here plainly stems from a desire to protect the Light Warden. I say we seek it out and slay the creature before they return. Were darkness to fall over Raktika, they would have no cause to remain. All of which is rather easily said than done, unless, of course, you've finally deciphered that tablet. I have, as a matter of fact, and with it we can prepare everything we need to enter Ixmaya. What say you all? We will need to act quickly, but I believe it can be done. Say you all? We will need to act quickly, but I believe it can be done. We cannot deny our fate, but one course lieth before us. Well, we are villains, are we not? Good. I leave the Blessed in your capable hands, Renana. He is so broken on that. I see there's no changing your mind. By all that is dark, I swear to keep the Blessed safe. According to the tablet, we will first need to obtain a seal used to identify the allies of Ronka in times past. Hello, Flynn. Hello. One such seal should be waiting for us in a complex of underwater ruins not far from here. We have some experience with subaquatic excursions, do you not? Yeah, leave the swimming to me. And this should prove a simple task for you. The ruins we seek are at the bottom of Lake Tusimekta. While you see to that, Menphili and I will remain here to help shore up Sliverbath's defenses. You're able to be greatly appreciated. The music is just so intense. Getting this bird, but I have it. I'll take it. There you are, ready for a swim. The seal we seek should be stored in a chamber somewhere inside the ruins beneath the lake. However, the entrance is seemingly protected by a subtle locking mechanism rooted in the symbolism of Ronkan culture. The Ronkin sought to live in harmony with nature and considered certain animals to be sacred. Foremost in their pantheon was a snake, portrayed as the protector of the wood, an arbiter of life and death. Below it were 4 others, each equal in rank: the coral, the colibri, the opu-opu, and the wolf, characterized as bringers of liberty, words, enlightenment, and harmony, respectively. To open the chamber containing the seal, the tablet states that one must pay due deference to 3 of these beasts by placing one's palm on monuments wrought in their image, and that this must be done in a specific sequence. If my interpretation is correct, the order can be discerned from the 3 commandments which follow. Give praise unto the snake, by its strength do our lands prosper. Be as the opu-opu, rival thy kin. As all parts seek betterment, so too does the whole. Be as the wolf, move as one. Peace comes to all who seek harmony with their kin. The tablet says not to the placement, size, or appearance of the monuments, alas. Hopefully, all will become clear when you reach the bottom of the lake. Go safely. Time to go swimming! Oh, my panda baby! You find you find a statue of the snake. Defer to the snake. That's a very chunky snake. But it got fangs. You sense something stir elsewhere in the lake. No? Yes? No? Still down? And... Well, no. Oh. Yeah, that is... You find the statue of an off. Yes. You sense something stir elsewhere in the lake. This way. Fish. Down the wall. Dwarf. It's a cute little dwarf. You find a statue of a wolf. Pet the wolf. Once more, you sense something stir elsewhere in the lake. Perhaps the chamber containing the seal is open. Yes, let me just ride my fire horse through this lake. Because that absolutely makes sense. I see a big shadow. I see no big fish. Oh, there you are. Big fish. Huge fish. Would feed a village for days. The door opens to reveal a pedestal upon which rests a medallion. You take it and secure it inside your clothing. I don't know what sort of enchantments this thing has on it. am I just tucking that shit in my clothes? Just like, oh yes, just another ancient relic for me to just store away. Don't mind me. Run, kitty. Shed some pounds. Did you find it? This medallion. It bears the owl insignia of the Empire. There can be no doubt. This is the seal of Ronka. Well done, Simba. We can begin our preparations to enter XIV in earnest. Hell yeah! Bearing the seal, it should be easy to enter XIV unmolested by its guardians. I will go ahead to Silverbow and inform the others. When you have recovered from your exertions, meet us in the cavern leading east out of the village. Can go back. Forgot. Sitting on here, you look like the villain we're pretending to be. So yes. Let me ride upon my behemoth. At least for now. I know. They were on the verge. I remember back in the day, people would just sit around and wait forever for somebody to come res them because I forgot what it was, but there was something about going back to like a spawn point if like you died out in the field that was just not worth doing it for, and people just wait forever for somebody to come res them. Good, you're here. Munar opened the gate for us but moments ago. Beyond lies Ixmaya, and presumably the Light Warden. It did not take long for the Wood's protectors to find me when last I came here, and I expect them to fall upon us just as quickly this time. Though we carry the seal, that is no reason for us to let our guard down. Now, let us seek out the Warden and put an end to its reign over these woods. I think that's how it used to be back in the day, too. You would lose, like, a certain percentage of your XP or something if you had to go back to a crystal. Yeah. Because that used to be something way back when that I would just run around and do if somebody put out the clarion call in the chat. Just like, help res at this spot here, Sigari. Give me a sec. Because white mage has always been my safety net, my go-to. If I'm gonna have the ability, I may as well use it. Very pretty. It's very simple.
It would seem we have found them.
You trespass upon sacred ground! Begone!
Excuse me, that was one arrow.
Wait! We did not come to! Stop! We mean you no harm.
Sister, is that...
We are allies of the Empire of Ronka. As is customary, we come bearing the seal of the Emperor.
It appears to be genuine. Then perhaps there's yet hope.
Perhaps. We acknowledge
You
your
seem
seal,
convinced.
but we must be certain of its authenticity. Follow the azure flowers to our village. There we will judge if you are friend or foe.
Try not to stray from the path. All right?
Follow the flowers. Would it kill them to escort us? But if it affords us an opportunity to investigate Ixmaya, fine.
It's like follow the yellow brick road except flowers. This is another horse that I like. Oh, what? Is it really a horse? It's a horse. Kind of. It's got 6 legs. And a tail. It's something. Horse adjacent. We'll go with that. These things remind me of... Close enough, yeah. God, I forgot what its name is. The Pokemon. There's Bellsprout, and then there's that fucking thing. Weeping Bell! That sounds right. I'm gonna say yes, because that sounds right. That feels right. I would have the seal that we may confirm its authenticity. Straight to the point, I see. Very well. There's no mistaking the crest of the royal family. It is of proper size, and by its weight it is plain that it was made from gold. The seal is indeed genuine. For 3,000 years we have waited for this moment, and now you are finally here. I bid you welcome, allies of Ronka. I am Almet, chieftainess of Fanau. Gleanet, her younger sister. I am Simon, a pleasure. We were beginning to lose hope that you would come. I beg your pardon? These are troubled times for my people, though I can but imagine what has compelled you to venture into our woods. You must be tired after your journey. Come, take your ease. If you'd like, I will show you about the village, though I must warn you it is a long way down to the forest floor, so do watch your step. He is staring intently in your general direction. This way. What is your name? Zimika. And this is a common name nowadays? How times change. But I digress. Come, and be sure to watch your step. Nay, serious please. It is in fact a long way down to the forest floor. Heesh. Yeah. I would be sure to break my knees. Among other things. We'll be right back. Hold on. I'll be right with you. Important things to happen. Important matters to take care of. God, that is a really long way down. As bearers of the seal, you have a right to know what has become of the Empire, and my people's purpose here. We are descendants of the palace guards which served under the last emperor, until this day we carry on the duties of our forebears, the final decree of His Eminence before Ronka's fall. By the wisdom of our people was Ronka made to thrive. Such knowledge must never be forgotten, nor may it be suffered to fall into the hands of the wicked. Keep it secret, keep it safe, and look to the coming of our allies. Unto them you shall bequeath our all, and thus will Ronka live on. And by his command we have remained in the Raktika Greatwood, guardians of the Ronka's ruins, and the wisdom held within. I hope thou will not think the question impertinent, but did thy people's famed longevity perchance play a part in the Emperor's decision to entrust his mission unto thee and thine? That was one reason, yes. These will easily live to see 3 of your elven lifetimes. We were also the fiercest fighters. There are none more fit than us to stand watch over the remains of Ronka. But our duty has grown ever more perilous in the wake of the flood. Settlements such as this one were plentiful before the light claimed dominion over the land, but now, that now is all that remains. Our numbers dwindle year by year. Before long there will be no one left who remembers the Emperor's wishes. And you believe we are the allies for whom you have waited? You have the seal, do you not? After 3 millennia of waiting, that alone is nothing short of a miracle. Truth be told, I had begun to think you would never come. Sister! We are glad of your presence here in the Greatwood. The wisdom of Ronka is yours should you wish it. You need only ask. Hail you. You come in search of the Night Warden. My apologies, but I do not know where it makes its lair. Gleemet, do you recall any sightings of this creature? Not these past 30 summers. 30? That would mean... How old are you exactly? Twice your age. Long enough to remember. With age comes knowledge. There may yet be one among us who has seen or heard of the abomination you seek. We have leave to speak with the other V's, then. But of course. Then we should split up and inquire individually. If someone knows something, I would hear it while there is yet time to act. You're down, but you're down over there. I'm having a rave. We raving. Lloyd. Oh, she got the floppy ears on the bed there. That's cute. The flute, yes. It is a very pretty sound. You search for the Light Warden. I cannot say I have ever laid eyes on it. Our duty is to protect the ruins, nothing more. We have no need to strike out in search of such a foe. Wait. You're not very observant now, are you? Nimit. You are also waiting. It was not my intention to pry, but your voices carry far. I know what it is you would ask of me. Unfortunately, the answer is no. I have not seen the Light Warden. I patrol the ruins perimeter regularly. If it were hiding nearby, I would know about it. Well, that does me no good. An outsider? But how? By the gods, allies of the Empire? My sincerest apologies for failing to note your arrival. It was the warden you wished to know about, yes? My mother, may she rest in peace, told me of its appearance in these woods. Before settling here in Fanau, she lived in a village near Raktika Falls, until it was destroyed by the Sin Eaters. While out on patrol one day, she spotted a swarm of the abominations, one of which was different from the rest. It was larger, for one thing, but what struck her was the way its fellows seemed to revere it. She was convinced that what she had seen was the Light Warden. Your exchange with Coriel has taught you something about the Light Warden's possible whereabouts. And we go uppies. Shoina? The Light Warden? No, I have not seen it. But I have witnessed the horrors of the Lesser Eaters. How they are wont to hunt in packs and carry off their victims rather than consuming them on the spot. I suspect the Warden is a grotesque, corpulent thing waiting patiently for its minions to bring its next meal. What goodies do you have? Just a writing In y'all's opinions, are the writing maps actually worth putting in the effort to get? I don't think I've ever gotten one. I pray the others were able to provide what I could not. I got one helping of help. Near Raktika Falls. Why was I not told of this? That's what I figured. It's useful, but not worth it. I think I see now light has never been spotted on our patrols. I have never heard of this Raktika Falls, but I can assume it lies deep within the woods of Ixmaya. Just so. But the tunnels which lead there collapsed after a rather bloody battle with the Eaters. It has not been passable for many years. We made several attempts to clear away the rubble, yet each time we were driven back. In the end, we were forced to give it up, thereby making it a suitable place for the Warden to take sanctuary. There is perhaps one other way to enter, though it would be at great peril to you and your companions. The Kitana Ravel, a temple to the northeast. It has been sealed for centuries, but within is a path that leads to the falls. Can it be opened? For the allies of Ranka it can. First we must go to the Cumul Astropolis. Once the flow of magic is restored there, the path through the Kitana Ravel can be opened. This may sound a simple task, but there are certain obstacles which prevent us from attending to it ourselves, and we know not how to overcome them. The Emperor never granted our forebears leave to look upon the secrets we are charged with protecting. That we might not be tempted, the means to do so were withheld from us. We can but show you the way. The rest will be up to you. It would seem we have our work cut out for us then. Shall we? If we must. We've no time to waste. Let us be about it then. If that is your wish, it is my duty to escort you. While we attend to matters at the Cumul Astropolis, I would ask that your sisters accompany Urianger and Thancred, and share with them all they can of these woods. While we have every intention of investigating Raktika Falls, it is yet possible the Light Warden dwells elsewhere. With that in mind, it would behoove us to prepare an alternative course of action. Limit, Simon, I leave them to you. Yes, sister. Should our present course prove false, doubt not but that Thancred and I shall find any and all possible paths forward. Hell yeah! We got body peace! I need to move some leg things, it seems. And a head thing. Hold up. I know. at the very least, just like the impulse to level them all up at the same time so that, because like, alright, so I had been working on getting like all the physical range DPS together up, and then I got sidetracked with everything else, so it's like everything needs to level at the same pace, otherwise it drives me absolutely insane. But that just means that it takes more time to get rid of other things out of my inventory. Thank you. Same goes for this. Disciples of the Hand or the Land is lagging behind a little bit. But everything's pretty even, and it makes me happy. But it just means that the pace is so slow to get things leveled up. That's okay. We get there, little by little. Slowly but surely. One step at a time. Like... This I don't have equipped. So this can go in the back. That's fine. Actually, what are you? Aiming stuff. It's gonna be a while before I can actually use it, but you know, we'll take it. I know! I was just like... to be perfectly honest, I haven't even finished Dawn Trail. But I got so excited when I saw the announcement for Evercold. I was like, alright, let me work there. I will be good and I'll stream it and we'll get there and I'll explore Dawn Trail on stream for the first time. Because I've played through every other expansion on another account. I just haven't done Dawn Trail because I don't know, it was just, I couldn't. I survived Stormblood and that felt fine. It was a little tedious here and there, but it was fine. But there was something about Dawn Trail that I was just like, no. But Evercold looks good. Evercold looks like exactly what I've been waiting for. You know, what I think it was is that Dawn Trail just followed a very good expansion. I was so happy with... Yeah. Like, I was so happy with the last expansion before Dawn Trail that it just felt so boring in comparison. Like, that feels bad to say, but it just didn't have the same kind of hype. And I got partway into it and I was just like, this just feels like I'm a sidekick. Yeah! Like, I get it. They were trying to put a lot of, like, exposition into it, which, I mean, like, Stormblood fell for the same thing. Like, Stormblood to me was just a expansion of exposition. It was setting up things for another whole other expansion. Hello, Vera. Welcome. It's been a while. But it's like, the same thing that happened with Stormblood happened with Dawn Trail, and it's just exposition to get you from point A to point B, but they have to fill it out with something to make it worth, like, a whole nother expansion. That's okay, that's fair. Don't have... You are present. That is all I ask. More than I could ask for. But I have a feeling that with I haven't actually played through Dawn Trail, of course, but I know enough kind of what happens that I'm confident that the exposition that they set up there has a lot of potential for Evercold and what's coming with Evercold. That it'll make it worth it. That it'll make suffering through Dawn Trail enough to enjoy what's coming next. Because if we really are going to a whole nother star, then that means that we can go to the other ones. We have, what is it, 6, 7 other worlds that haven't been rejoined that we can go to and explore and save as the hero that we are. And that's an exciting thought. That's like, if they do it right, I could see it being like each world is its own game, essentially. Like, yeah, it's still us, it's still our character, but it's like a whole different Final Fantasy game in each different world. Whole other struggle or like thing to take care of that makes us feel involved. Yeah! Like the little story snippets that we got in, was it Ultima Thule? Of all the little things that Medion had been witnessing going on. Like, we could go out there and we can help them. We could stop that. We can do something about that. It doesn't have to be that way. Lots of things, yeah. And I think that's kind of what people were expecting with Dawn Trail, was like, it's this whole other continent, it's this whole other thing that had so much possibility, so much potential, and that is... We got a story, but it wasn't the story we were expecting. It's not the one we were hoping for. Yeah, I mean, 2 out of 6 expansions not being great, I think is still pretty good, to be perfectly honest. I mean, that's only a third. They missed the mark on a third. But the other 2/3 is so good, in my opinion. At the very end. Like, most of the release content was like but it was the patches in between the games that made it fun. I was like, oh shit, stuff is happening. Oh no, people are dropping like flies. Oh hell yeah, look at that. Look at us. I'm actually kind of vibing that. The Alamigo storyline. Yeah. Right? Like, it's simple, but it's totally nice. Just... the top makes it. I like the whole, like, bear arm thing going on. That feels good. I like that. Did I ever get boots? Yeah. Alright. So I need pants, and then we're good. What you seek lies at the heart of Cumulus Astropolis. I forgot what his name was, but I know who you're talking about. The guy who's just the Garlean guy, right? Yeah, the one who just couldn't catch a break. Not only did he get his ass kicked, he then got experimented on and still got his ass kicked. He was just like, this time for sure, I have sold my soul and my body and everything that makes me who I am just to put you in the dirt. And he still got his ass kicked. If we are to open it, we must first look to the morning stars. Come, I will show you the way. We're gonna take a quick sojourn. We're gonna do something super quick like. Ah shit, wait. I want to use this. That's why I kept these. Because I've been ignoring Chloe for a little too long, and I have to take care of her for a moment. Because I have a stinky, smelly old journal. I got this time. So, Garuda, Leviathan, Shiva, Odin. I don't know if I can do Thornton by myself just yet. I could try. it a try. Leviathan. Leviathan makes me angry sometimes. And that's just because I am not observant. My dislike for Leviathan is my own fault. Close. Alright, we Gucci. And it was huge. No. Where you have not skill, overpower them with sheer force of will. Heard a crumple on the floor. Which one's trying on now? Thornton and Earth. So, that is this one. And she's annoying, but it's not bad. It's primarily because his area is so big and he just hunts you down. Not a do we want to see if I can do Thornton all by my lonesome? No. Probably gonna get my ass kicked. Because I don't know this fight. That's a little harder than I thought it'd be. That's something. As long as it's not that great cinematic fight that I had to deal with before. Oh no. I spoke too soon. Who's first on the chopping block? Supposed to be hitting me. I might kill you before you're an issue. I don't think so. Am I toast? Oh! Okay. I wasn't paying attention. Oh. not good. Of course I want to take it. Oh, shit. Hello, gentlemen. I need you to not perform. It's obvious I have no idea what I'm doing. I think it is. I have a feeling I'm supposed to be doing something there. We'll give it another shot. Quite strong. That actually startled me. Because I survived it the first time. I missed it. That's okay. 100% do start walking away. But after you've gone through a full rotation, under 70. Everyone broke. I don't think it is possible for me to get him before but it didn't hurt. There's that. Every goddamn time. Too many stacks. Yeah, alright. This is not one I can brute force my way through then. So, it's fine. 2. I'm gonna say by level 90. I should be able to brute force. This ain't it, Chief, yeah. Not it. It's okay. I can complete the journal by doing the other things. Like, I can do Bahamut. That one I can do. The other ones I'm not allowed to do unsynced, so unfortunately I can't do these, but there are the dungeons, but I'm not going to bore you guys with those on stream. I'll do those later. But with that in mind, I think this is going to be where I call it for today. Thank you everybody for hanging out with me. I do so very much appreciate your company. I do intend to stream on Sunday. I will be a good fish mom. I will be back Sunday. And I hope to see you all then. Probably around noon-ish PST. But thank you everyone for hanging out. I will see you all next time. Goodbye. Fish mom loves you. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Next time.